Hello and welcome to yet another podcast of I Tell Differently. Today I will discuss about the disadvantages of eating food and water from plates and glasses made up of stainless steel and copper. Yes, stainless steel. All of us know that stainless steel are, if you eat food and water from stainless steel made plates and utensils, then you are safe. There is no problem of contamination, and also you will be safe if you eat your daily food and water from a stainless steel utensils. However, that is true, but if the steel, which is a metal alloy, is made following a magic ratio. What is that magic ratio? Your steel must be made up of 10 to 15% of chromium, 0.3% of carbon, 0.7% of nickel, and rest iron. So generally steel is made up of chromium, nickel, carbon, and iron. The ratio of all these metals must be or must follow the ratio that I just told. 10 to 15% of chromium, zero point 0.3 carbon, zero point 0.7 nickel, rest iron. If your plate is made of or made up of such a steel, then you can safely consume your food and water from that steel plate. No issue. But if not, if the percentage of chromium, carbon, or nickel is more than the magic ratio, then you are in danger. Then trace amount of chromium, nickel, and this carbon may contaminate your food, and when you consume that food, your body will also consume that amount of chromium, nickel, and carbon. Although those many minerals are also essential for your body, but up to a certain limit. When that limit is crossed, you are in danger. Chromium and nickel are known to cause even lungs cancer, along with other simple medical issues like skin disease, skin irritations, uh, then your liver problem, means problem in digestion, etc. The major contention is that it is also or it can also cause lungs cancer because it's a known carcinogenic agent, both chromium and nickel. Okay, but yes, again I am saying chromium nickel up to under a certain limit is good for your body, but above a certain limit, bad for your body. So what is the solution? While buying a plate of stainless steel, please look or find out the company that has manufactured that plate. Go to the website of that company, and there you can find what is the ratio they follow in making those steel plates. If in the website they do not mention that, then they are doing something illegal. That is, they are not following the government regulations. So in that case, you contact directly with the HR of that company and ask about the ratio, because this ratio is extremely important for your health. If the amount of chromium, carbon, and nickel is much more than what is recommended, then you are in danger. But provided, one thing I want to add here also, if you are eating sour food or salty food, then the amount of chromium may be more compared to what uh, recommended. Just now I have said the magic ratio. So yes, your chromium and nickel can be not nickel, sorry, but chromium can be more. Like 15% chromium is allowed for the plates used for consuming sour food or storing sour food, and 18% chromium is allowed for eating salty food, right? And in case of nickel, uh, 8% nickel is also allowed for eating not sour but salty food. For sour, chromium can be more. Nickel must be equal to or less than 0.3%. Okay, so that is what is a fact I want to share with you about stainless steel utensils. Now let us come to copper made steel. You know, nowadays in various magazines and websites, it is recommended to consume water from copper utensils. They say it is good for, or rather best for drinking water from a copper vessel or copper utensil. After storing for 7 days, 8 days, you drink water from that utensil, and the quality of water will get increased, and which and if you consume that water, it is good for your body. And many people, they claim that it can even prevent occurrence of cancer in your liver, pancreas, small or large intestine, lungs, etc. Okay, but there is a catch. Yes, here also a certain amount of copper is good for your health. It is required. Okay, in the daily requirement of minerals for your body, copper is also there. But when it crosses that limit, then it can cause liver cirrhosis. It can create problems in your kidney and your brain. Whenever you consume copper much more than what is required for your body, it gets deposited in your liver, kidney, and brain. And after being deposited, the amount of copper, if crosses a threshold limit, then it can create health hazard, and irreversible health hazard can be created if the amount of copper gets increased and crosses the danger line in your body, right? So if you want to consume water from the copper utensil, then don't store the water on that copper utensil more than 6 to 12 hours. It is not good, believe me. If it is stored more than 1 day or more than 2 days, the copper get contaminated into the water, and through water it will go into your body and it gets deposited. And after continuous deposition of copper in your liver or brain or kidney, it will imbibe health hazard in all these three organs. Liver cirrhosis, as you know, is a dangerous disease. Even it can cause death if not treated earlier. Okay, and in copper has an amazing characteristic. It neutralizes the enzyme that is present in your liver. Okay, those enzyme which comes under the category of sulfhydryl, those enzymes get neutralized, their reactive capacity get reduced or get lost, and as a result you will feel gas, you will feel indigestion, you will feel ache in your belly due to the undigested food that you are consuming. And the very cause of that is the reactive capacity of sh minus or sulfhydryl enzymes have been lost for consuming water contaminated with copper. Again, I am saying a minimum or a specific amount of copper is good for your health, but over that limit, it is bad. It is bad for your brain, it is bad for your liver, it is bad for your kidney. Okay, and mind it, the required copper can be consumed by your body from the food and the mineral water you are consuming in your daily life. So, no need of excess copper. So, consuming water from copper is not recommended. Okay. So with this, I want to finish this podcast also. In this podcast, I try to highlight the ill effects of eating food and water from utensils made up of steel and copper. Mind it, a specific amount of chromium, nickel, carbon, and as well as iron, which is the raw product of the metal alloy steel, is good for your body, but above that limit, it is bad. Same for copper. Under a specific limit, it is good. Above that specific limit, it is bad. And another point of note is whatever you are taking, your rice, roti, dal, pulse, fruits, salads, vegetables, etc., and the mineral water that you are consuming is enough to meet your body requirement for chromium, nickel, carbon, iron, as well as copper. So don't go for this uh, excess, what I can say, excess tweaks for consuming water from a copper utensil. It is not good for your health, as per my opinion. Rest up to you, and all the whatever I have said is fact, and I am repeatedly saying that copper, chromium, nickel, carbon, iron, all are good for your body, but within a limit. Above it, bad. So you must take proper steps to prevent excess copper, excess nickel, excess carbon, excess iron, excess chromium from coming into your body and creating all those ill effects. Uh, so it is better to stick with a normal food routine, water drinking routine, and using stainless steel that maintains that magic ratio. And drinking water from, yes, you can drink water from copper utensil, no problem, but don't store it for more than 12 hours. That is the trick. Okay, so with this, I will end. If you find this podcast useful, then kindly like, share, and subscribe my YouTube channel or ITEL Differently newsletter. And of course, I will see you in the next week with yet another edition of I Tell Differently podcast. So, bye for now and see you next week.